All right, today we're gonna pull back the curtain on a really clever piece of automation. It's a script that can take a video file and, with absolutely zero human help, post it all across social media. So let's just dive right in and see how it works. I mean, just imagine this for a second. You've made your content, you're happy with it, but instead of all that manual uploading and writing captions and scheduling and hitting publish, what if you could just drop that file into a folder and poof, it just magically appears online right on time? Well, that's not science fiction anymore. It's exactly the kind of automation we're gonna unpack today. So, the best way to think about this script is to picture it as your own personal digital content assistant. Yeah, it's like this tireless little worker that just sits quietly in the background, waiting for its cue, and then it springs into action, connecting a whole bunch of different services to get the job done. Now, to make all this magic happen, the script basically assembles its own little dream team of specialized services. Think of it like this. Google Sheets and Drive, that's the command center, the brain, and the storage. Then you've got GitHub Actions, which is basically the alarm clock that wakes everybody up. Google's Gemini AI, that's the creative copywriter. The Meta API provides the muscle for actually publishing. And finally, Telegram is the messenger, letting you know, hey, mission accomplished. So where does this whole automated journey even kick off? You might be picturing some complex, fancy dashboard, right? But nope. It all starts in a place we are all incredibly familiar with, a simple spreadsheet. Yep, this Google Sheet is literally the script's to-do list. Each row is a new task, a new video just waiting to be posted. So the script's very first job is to scan this sheet, and it's looking for the first row where that status column is blank. And the second it finds one, that's its signal. That's the green light to get to work. Okay, so that brings up a really good question. The sheet tells the script what to do, but how does it know when to even check the sheet in the first place? Well, the answer is in this tiny little snippet of code from a service called GitHub Actions. This is what's called a cron schedule, which is just a fancy name for a super reliable alarm clock for code. It just tells the script, hey, I need you to wake up and check for a new video at 6:35 in the morning, and then do it again at 5:40 in the evening, every single day. All right, so our script is woken up, it's found a video on its to-do list. The next step is a fun one, it's a creative one. It needs to write a caption. And we're not talking about some generic, boring caption here. The script actually gets creative. It sends a really specific prompt over to Google's Gemini AI and asks it to whip up a luxury, motivational Instagram Reel caption, complete with the right emojis and hashtags. It is literally like having an on-demand copywriter ready to go at a moment's notice. But what if the AI fails? You know, what if there's a network error or something? Well, this is where the script's design gets really, really smart. It has a backup plan, a pre-written fallback caption just ready to go. And this ensures that no matter what, the post always gets a quality caption. That's a super crucial part of building automation that you can actually rely on. Okay, so we've got our video file and we have our caption. Now we're moving into the most technical part of this whole journey, actually getting the content published on Instagram and Facebook. And for that, we need to talk to Meta's API. The first step here might seem a little odd. The script downloads the video from our private Google Drive, only to immediately upload it somewhere else entirely, to a temporary public server. And that's a fair question, right? Why not just send the file directly from the script to Meta? Why this extra little hop in the middle? So here's the deal. The Meta API is designed to pull a video from a public link, a public URL. It can't accept a file that you push to it directly. So the script has to put the video on a temporary public shelf, so to speak, where Meta's servers can then come and grab it for themselves. So this whole complex back and forth with Meta's servers really just breaks down into these three simple steps. First, the script sends that public video link to Meta. Then it has to enter a waiting game while Meta servers process the file. And finally, once Meta gives the green light, our script sends the final command to publish it to the feed. Now, during that wait for processing step, our script is incredibly patient, but it's not just sitting around. Every 20 seconds, it pings Meta servers, basically asking, are you done yet? How about now? And it just keeps doing this over and over until it finally gets the finished status back. The video is live, awesome! But our diligent little script is not quite done yet. The final and very important part of its job is to confirm that everything worked, and then, of course, to clean up after itself. So the first thing it does is go right back to its command center, that Google Sheet. It updates the status to uploaded, and this is the most satisfying part. It pastes in the direct links to the brand new posts on Instagram and Facebook. This is how it closes the loop and makes sure it will never, ever post the same video twice. At the exact same time, the script shoots off a message through a Telegram bot. This gives you instant confirmation that the whole thing was successful, and it even includes the links so you can go see your new posts live without having to go look for them. And finally, some good digital housekeeping. The script deletes that temporary video file it created earlier just to save space, and then it gracefully shuts down, basically going back to sleep until its next scheduled wake-up call at either 6:35 a.m. or 5:40 p.m. You know, what this whole journey really shows is that modern services, or APIs, they're kind of like digital Lego bricks. This script just connected a spreadsheet to an AI, to a social network, and a messaging app. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? With all these different tools and all these building blocks available to us, what will you connect next?